Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be putting together my second junk journal. So I have some scrap papers here and some smaller pages. And then I also have book pages here. And lastly, I have full-size pages that I need to cut down. So I'm just going to start folding the pages and go from there. So the last journal I made had too many pages. And so this time I'm gonna have to split them into more signatures and then also be maybe a little bit more selective about what I end up including. So today is actually a few days after I chose all the papers and trimmed them. And I ended up with 18 of these, which are more of a full-size page. I ended up with 18 of these, which are going to be about half, maybe 2/3. I have these skinny ones. I think I have 16 of these. And then I have these more square pages. And then these teeny pages. So I'm gonna end up with about 2 of each in each signature. I'm going to do 9 signatures. So I'm gonna start putting them together. And then I'm just gonna grab one full page and then randomly putting in pages. I think I'm going to keep all my Christmas all the Christmas pages together, so I'm going to put this one aside for maybe a Christmas signature. So I ended up with 10 signatures. Yep, 10 signatures and all this leftover paper that I folded, but of course I can use it another time. So I'm gonna go ahead, I have my cover here. I'm gonna work on my cover next. I have this old t-shirt of mine that has maybe seen better days, and I'm going to cut it up because it is a nice neutral background that I can use, and it's a little bit stretchy but not too stretchy, so it's perfect to do your base layer for your cover. Put on the glue. Okay, now I'm going to cut around about 1/2 inch, and then we're gonna fold it like this over. And I am a mess right now. I can't find my fabric scissors, so in the corners I'm going to cut at an angle and cut off this little triangle piece, so that way it's not too bulky when you glue it down. We're gluing some more. And I actually thought this fabric would be great because as a shirt, it didn't stretch very much, but now that I cut it, it's actually stretching quite a bit. So, but we're going to roll with it and see what we get at the end. And I've only completed one junk journal for myself, but I actually made a couple for my 2 daughters and for my sister, and we all worked on our journals together. So that's been a lot of fun. So this is like my 5th or 6th journal that I've made. But I don't know that I have a technique down or anything yet. So have you made a journal before? Let me know in the comments below. And if so, do you prefer to make fabric journals, or do you like to make them more out of paper and then paint them? What's your favorite technique? So today's actually the next day, and before the glue dried, I actually went ahead and took the fabric off and made sure that these were closer because I didn't like the slack that it was giving me. So, and I put them flat to dry with heavy books on top. And then this one is caving in a little. So we'll see what we do about that. But then I cut this piece, and it's going to be kind of like a framed journal. And I know that I want to cut out here to put a picture, and then I'm going to paint this. So I kind of traced, or not traced, but I drew a circle and went over it again until I liked the size of it. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that. And also get something about this size to make a perfect circle. And I'm kind of eyeballing the distance here. It looks a little bit bigger over here, but I don't mind that, so I'm just gonna go with that. And if you have a die cut that would cut through this, you could use that. But I'm going to just cut with scissors. And if perfect is your thing, then this would obviously look a lot better with a die cut. I actually have one, but I don't know. I've never tried cutting through cardboard, so I don't know if it would cut. But also I don't mind. So I have these images here that I'm going to choose for my cover. I thought this one is so darling. And it reminds me of my son, so that one is cute. This one, they fit perfectly in here. It's really cute. This little guy looks so happy. And I really like the color combination of this one. And then this one is so cute. So I think I'm going to go with this one because I like the colors in it. I like the blue, yellow, and red and just how happy he looks. So I'm going to go with that one, but this one was a close second. It's cute. And then I'm actually winging this. I don't have really a plan for what I'm doing. So I also have these little fabric scraps here that I was either going to use as tabs or kind of do like some patchwork along the cover. But I think I'm going to paint it, and then I'm thinking either kind of like a cognac type of leather color or baby blue. So I haven't decided on that. So now I'm going to glue, or I'm gonna trace around here. Or actually, I'm just going to glue it and then trim off the rest. Which one do I like? Or maybe I want it like placed in there. So let's go like this. I love these little morning glory looking flowers. They're really pretty. And I cut just a tiny bit bigger because I wanted to sit in there in the hole, if that makes sense. Instead of kind of look like it's in the back, but just a little bit more flush. And that looks great. I'm going to do a layer of gesso, and this is just the brand from Michaels. So I mixed up this color here as kind of a muted baby blue, and I think this is what I'm gonna go with. So I'm gonna go ahead and start. And I think I'm on day 4 or 5 of making this journal. Because, you know, we have other things going on and I don't get to craft for long periods at a time. Sometimes I do, but it's just real life. So if you ever watch these YouTube videos and you feel like you have to get all your crafting done at one time, know that for some people that's not the case. And some of us have to craft in chunks of time. I'm really happy with this color mix. So the paint is now dry, and I'm going to add a little bit of gold detailing around. Okay, so here it is with the gold detailing. I'm going to go ahead and put my And that's looking so good. I'm so happy with how it's turning out. I'm going to go and cover the inside, and I actually had this scrap of paper that works pretty perfectly. So I might use this on one side and then see what else I find or what else I decide on for the other two spots. I went ahead and covered my inside, and there's a little bit of a gap, so you can solve this by either painting before you put your papers down, or what I was gonna do is, or what I'm going to do is add some strips of washi, and that's what it's gonna look like. I was originally going to add this piece of washi, what I thought was washi tape, and I was so excited to use it because I love the color and the font, but it's just paper. So I'll use this some other way, but not for this. And this paper was actually the inside liner for our wedding invitation envelopes, and I had some left over from a couple of years ago now. And then I made this a pocket with some strips of collage board that I had made, and then these are just regular papers. Okay. You also don't have to do this step of adding a washi or painting underneath if that doesn't bother you. But I think I want it to look a little bit more seamless, so I am going to add this washi right here. You can also add a pocket in the back, side, top loading, at the bottom, whatever you want. I think I'm gonna leave it empty for now, and then if I end up having to use or needing a pocket in the back, then I will go ahead and put a pocket there. So here's what it's looking like. The spine is a little bit curved, which is what I was going for. So I'm really excited. I'm going to trim off this washi. Now I'm going to go ahead and bind my signatures in. And what I did was make a template, and I just kind of evened out, I eyeballed it, 10 spots where I'm going to poke 10 holes and where each signature is going to go. And you want to make sure that you identify what's your top, so that when you're putting your signatures in, everything evens out nicely. So here we go. I didn't space it out quite in the middle. I probably should have shifted it just a tiny bit this way, but that's the nature of a handmade item at a non-expert level. But honestly, that's not a big deal. And when you're using your journal, we're not, well, at least I'm not going for perfect, because you're just enjoying the process, and you're never going to sit there and be like, oh my goodness, this is not exactly in the middle. Well, at least I am not. And I just use it, I enjoy it while I'm doing it, and then I enjoy looking at it after it's done. So we're gonna continue on. I'm going to use the same template. You can make a new one for each of your signatures, but I'm just gonna fold my template in half and then use it like this. You make sure you have it lined up however you want it, and then line that up. And I'm going to do that off camera, and then I'll be back. So here's the finished journal. I am so happy with how it turned out. I added this tassel, which I have a separate tutorial that I'll be posting on how I made it. And I also added some pretty pink flower detailing. And yeah, I'm super excited. I can't wait to start working on it. I already have some stuff that I need to journal about, so I needed a journal badly. And yep, that's the end of the tutorial. Thank you for watching. Bye.